Q&A time.
Smoking sexy style! Smoke.
Kail at Kail DMC asks, what did you get you into Devil May Cry? And second, what made you decide to practice high-level gameplay? Back when DMC3 Special Edition launched, I just saw the game's cover and I thought it would look cool. And I just bought the game and I fell in love with it. And I've been in love with Devil May Cry ever since. And the thing that made me decide to practice high-level gameplay was back in DMC3, combo video by Kail was just inspiring and jaw-dropping, and I knew I wanted to do that, but I couldn't. I didn't have the skill back then. And in 5, the learning curve was smoother, so I was able to make the transition. Chaser Dak asks, do you have any hand pains or cramps after playing? If you do you simply deal with the pain or do you focus on hand stretches to help alleviate the problem? Sometimes I do. I usually have some strain on my wrist because sometimes I can hold the controller kind of hard. I usually stop playing when it starts bothering me. I am really scared of hand injury. I don't have a lot of pain on my hands. It's mostly about my wrists. Amas at John War asks, how is your progress on your Nero gameplay? And favorite DMC3 story? Well, I just spoiled it. My favorite story is DMC3, and my Nero gameplay is going okay. I know the basics of the character. I haven't explored much on the way of the Devil Breakers. The Furious Malik asks, what's your favorite Dante character design look for him in the series? I would say it's 5. I just wish his coat was a bit brighter. DMC1 looks really good, and it's very hard for me to choose, though it's DMC5. Mikael Ramirez at M. Ramirez 4203. Does the name Smoke have any origin, besides the obvious triple S rank? I started with the name Smoking Cowboy, which is awful and it's too long. And then I saw that nobody chose Smoke, and I thought it was a very obvious username, so I just took it. Couch at Life on the Couch asks, favorite game series that isn't DMC? Mass Effect. Cosmic at DE Cosmic asks, when's runs? When you teach me. Jessica VTuber at Jessie VTuber, what is your favorite button to press? It's the jump button, LB. DDX at DDX_EXE. What are your thoughts on the DST from a gameplay perspective? You and lots of other players do crazy stuff that's only doable with DST, but some others, like myself, think it's a bit too versatile and it feels against the spirit of the character to have best weapon. It is the best weapon, but it also makes the other weapons better. And I like it that it encourages high-level play, in that when you start using it, you gain more opportunity to combo. You don't just finish like a buster. Instead, you cancel knockback with forearms, for instance, and then you can immediately, I can lift and start an air combo, and then you cancel that, and that slowly transitions you into high-level play, which I really, really enjoy. Haisa Sasaki at Haisa Sayai, you're still using an Xbox 360 controller? Here it is. Mira at Leandro Rodrigues asks, what's the proof? And link in the description. Luna at Luna Ray asks, what drew you into doing combos? The first high-level DMC video that I watched from Kail back in DMC3, link in the description, just mesmerized me, and I knew I wanted to do that. Though 5 was the only time I actually got around that skill barrier. TV Lord Overcry at Boy Diablo asks, your favorite quote from Dante and what boss do you like to fight the most? I should have been the one to fury your dark soul with light. And my favorite boss, I think it's Cavalier from Devil May Cry 5, Mission 11. Vermilion Soul asks, Will you ever play any of the other DMC games, like the reboot or the rest of the previous entries, and possibly record them? Because I would love to see how you would play those games a lot. I will, but I want to enjoy the special edition and do a lot of content for a lot of the newcomers that will come around. But the rest of the series is in the future. Getting past at Alex B4 Batman or Alex Batman asks, which intellectual property would be better in your opinion to have licensed hack and slash game made by Platinum Games? Honestly, I don't know. I don't follow a lot of intellectual properties that like really would benefit. Although a My Hero Academia game could be fun from them, but I'm not sure how they handle multiple characters. I would prefer them to actually do an original IP once again. Jugliuk at Jugliuk88 asks, how did you become so good at Dante? It's quite hard to master in DMC 5 and 4 too. Just practice, and what kept me going in practice was always knowing what was next, because I could always see the next target. I could always see what I had to improve on, and knowing that that was within reach was what really motivated me. Super Sandwich Goku, your expectations on Virgil DLC, how do you think he'll compare to his previous iterations? I am cautiously optimistic. I think he'll be fun. I don't know how he'll compare to the other incarnations. Sajira at Sajita Links asks, what's your favorite DMC song? Bury the Light. Imari2 at Unoriginal MR2 asks, do you like waffles? I never tried a waffle, they're not common in my country. GoNap at Ayami_nap. What is your button config per character? It's into my Twitter, link in the description. Backturned Cookie Crisp at SNCE Fig Mixup asks, when did comboing click for you? When I started to land jump canceling in 5 and I could pull it off somewhat consistently, but it wasn't really a click, it was more like a motivator. There wasn't a very click to my style, it was a very gradual process that I built my playstyle. Stubbilist1981 at Stubbilist1981 asks, which Devil Art is your favorite to do combos with, and which gun is your favorite to do combos with? Devil Sword Dante and Dr. Faust. My name starts with an N at nripand and a bunch of numbers. Favorite character action game? DMC 5. This Rizzo asks, what's your opinion on DMC 5 versus DMC 4, both in terms of the combat and the overall game? This is the question that's gonna get me crucified. I much prefer 5. I think the game is much better, it's much more complete, and I also think the combat is better because the enemies are so much more enjoyable to fight against, even though there's a few annoying ones. And there's so much more variety in the combat that you don't necessarily need to go super deep into one specific deck or path of improving, and you can develop your playstyle much more organically, which I really enjoy. NDT at Drew_Neo, will you ever expect more new characters the next game? Mirror's Mother for the first time. I think so. Each new game brings new characters, so I think new characters are pretty much a given. Mills at Slim80 asks, favorite players from each game. I think it's very hard for me to choose favorite players, mostly because I never followed the scene too closely before 5. I think 3, the player that really inspired me the most was Kail, and in 4, it's very hard for me to choose because I don't know enough of 4. I never got deep enough into 4, and I don't consume much content on 4 to really have a favorite. As in 5, I think I have 2 favorites. One three favorites rather. One is Blossom. His APM with Nero is just phenomenal. The other one is Kail, because his playstyle is really creative. He has a lot of very interesting setups, some of which I've stolen, and a phenomenal player. And the other is Sakaki. He was doing stuff in like week 1 that I'm trying to do now, almost 2 years after the release of the game. Incredible player, really creative. He was way ahead of the time, way ahead of the meta too. And so yeah, those are my favorite players. And so ends the first Q&A video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna start a new thread on Q&A, and if you guys want me to feature your question, just ask away.